guys, let my mistake be a lesson to you. Do not get off at the town back there and think it's going to be a nice walk, because it's... Good morning guys, welcome back to the vlog. Welcome back, or should I say welcome to a new country. Okay, I'm actually in Turkey. Yeah, this breathtakingness is incredible. Good morning guys, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to Turkey. Apologies for the voice, I'm yet to fully wake up, heading to get some coffee. I'm probably the highest rated coffee place here in Fethiye. I'm probably highly rated, more so than even in Antalya, and we've got a full day of exploring to do today. Just by the coffee place up here, there's some like ancient tombs that are like carved into a cliff edge. Just going to check that out first. And as I said, if you watched yesterday's video, we are heading to probably the highest rated beach here in Turkey, which is around about 15 minutes on a bus. So day full of exploring, but let's go and get some food and some coffee. I'm looking forward to this. The reviews online look incredible. Hopefully it's open. That's going to be the first task, as I did say. It is rather early. You can probably still tell from the voice. I think we're about 10 minutes away though, so keep walking. I need this coffee. Sure, some of you are probably wondering why I've got the hoodie on. It's actually really cold here in Turkey until like 10 in the morning, and then like after 7 at night. It's probably just the time of year that I'm here in November. It's going to get colder in some of the other places I'm going to, but you do definitely feel a bit more, and then as soon as it hits 10, it's really warm. So keeping it with me for now, going straight in the bag as soon as it hits 10. Food was very much needed, and the coffee, and it certainly lived up to the expectation. Heading up to these tombs now, I can already see them, they look quite cool. Hopefully it's open though, because I've read online a few people recently have said it's been closed this time of morning, but I think I can actually see people up there. They look quite cool even from a distance. Check this out. Come on. Thank you. It's on video. It's on video. So I was actually about to go inside the tombs then, but they don't actually let you take a camera or a bag in with you, so yeah, there's not much point in me going in. You can admire them from the outside, you can literally see inside some of them here. I'd imagine it's pretty pitch black in there anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to see it on the camera anyway, but they are really cool to admire, especially the way they're like carved onto the side of the rock face. I think I read somewhere it was like 350 BC they were originally made. Could be wrong, and quote me if I am. In fact, don't quote me if I am. Tell me when they were actually made though, if you do know. So my theory about it getting really warm at 10 o'clock has come true yet again. 10:30. I really need to take this jacket off. It doesn't help that I'm hiking uphill. I'm trying to get up there, just trying to figure out the way at the minute. I think I'm actually going to have to save that viewpoint for either another day or later today, because I think I've just hiked up that hill for absolutely no reason. I don't think you can get to it from the side, I think it's from the other side. So I'm currently hiking back down, but this does give you a good perspective of just how big this city is. Check this out. I suppose it doesn't just show you how big the city is, probably shows you how big the country is, and I learned that yesterday as well, like just taking a bus literally just down the coast, and it was like 4 hours. This country is massive, which is why I'm so excited to like explore everything it has to offer, all the different climates. As I said, somewhere where I'm going in maybe a week or so is going to be absolutely freezing, but it's probably the place I'm most looking forward to, behind Istanbul maybe. one travel tip that I didn't actually realise, I'm sure if you are thinking of travelling Turkey, you probably know this and I just didn't realise, but booking.com is actually banned here, so you literally can't use it. So you can use it before you come, you can book stuff and you can view your bookings, but you can't actually use it once you're here, so bear that in mind if you are travelling Turkey. Just been walking through the old town. I think I've been walking for about 30 minutes and it literally should take like 2. Keep getting stopped at every shop. I just can't help but talking to everyone. I nearly got sold a paragliding trip, so don't quite fancy that, to be honest, but I am eventually getting out of it. That second cup of coffee before was slightly overkill. I'm going to be shaking like a leaf for the rest of the day now. Waiting for the bus to go to Oludeniz. Not got one of these yet. They're called Dolmus, I believe. Hopefully I find it. So after about 25 minutes on that bus, I have arrived in Oludeniz, and most people head straight to the beach. I'm heading to the viewpoint of the beach, but it's quite a quiet trail so far. It's very uphill. So just a bit of context on that bus. It's mainly used by locals just to get from like road to road, town to town type of thing. There was mainly locals on it. There was a couple of tourists on it, and it was like 10.5 Turkish lira, I believe, which is like $1 US. So really affordable. 20. Turns out there isn't actually another way to get to that viewpoint, so I'm just kind of trekking down towards the beach. Hopefully you can catch the bus back to Fethiye from down here, because that's going to be one hell of a trek back up here if you can't. Guys, let my mistake be a lesson to you. Do not get off at the town back there and think it's going to be a nice walk because it's sunny. It's like 3 kilometers and it's absolutely awful. You're literally walking on the roadside. I'm not doing this again. Hopefully you can get the bus from down here. Otherwise I might just spend the night here, to be honest, or find a taxi, because this walk has not been enjoyable, but hopefully the beach will be when I get there. So after about an hour and a half of walking straight downhill, that wasn't the best part. The best part is admiring this view. The beach is absolutely stunning. I could walk to where the blue lagoon is, it's like the other side, but I'm just admiring the views from here, especially considering how quiet it is at the moment. Being November, the beach is pretty much empty. Everyone seems to be in like the middle area, so it is nice, and there's a lot of people paragliding, which is cool to see. Not really my thing. They were trying to sell me it back there, but no, this was definitely worth the trip, providing I can get the bus back from here, because I am not walking back up that hill. I'll just give you a bit of perspective in a minute. I'll show you just how high up that hill was, and then you can't even see the town from here. That's how far away it is. No, yeah, definitely worth a trip to this beach. Wish I could get on the viewpoint because it's somewhere behind me in the mountains, but even from here it's nice enough. I guarantee them photos I've just taken are absolutely awful, but in my defence, it's such a nice day I couldn't see a thing. I'm going to try and find somewhere to get a nice drink now. back in Fethiye now. That bus dropped us like half an hour outside the centre, so walking back in, but it is nice and sunny. Still about 2 hours left before sunset. That's all part of the adventure though. You don't really know where you're going to get dropped off, but as I said, it's all part of the fun. So, I've just done the one thing I try to avoid doing whilst travelling, which is going to a McDonald's. And basically, let's have a look. The time is now 5:15. I haven't eaten anything since about 9:30 this morning when I had that breakfast, so I was rather hungry, and I didn't want to miss sunset like I did last night. So if I went to anywhere else, I might have missed it. Had that, come back to the hotel for like 5 minutes. Then I'm going to head out and try and get some sunset photography done. That's the plan anyway. Just actually wanted to mention before what I was saying about booking.com. I kind of briefly touched on it before. Basically, if you do your research, you probably know this, but I kind of booked this trip very last minute. I knew where I wanted to go in Turkey because I planned where I wanted to go about 2 years ago when I was originally going to do this trip. So I literally just booked, knew exactly where roughly I wanted to go, and kind of went with it. And that's where the booking.com thing kind of come in. It's not sponsored by any stretch of the imagination, but basically I booked quite a few places beforehand because it does the free cancellation, and then when I've got here I can like see, I'll show you on my phone, I can see where I've booked. But then if I go to change anything, or I go to book a different city or a different place, nothing shows up. And that's, as I said, because booking.com is banned here. So again, I wish this was sponsored, but you need to use a VPN if you are going to try and get around that. Just thought I'd mention in a bit more detail because I kind of very vaguely skipped over it before. But yeah, 5 minutes sitting down and then heading back out.